Okay, so I'm trying to get this in here. What's that? Okay. I'm just, okay. Just trying to video capture this terminal here. This is where the batteries join right here. That goes to the one engine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connectors that go on that bolt there. So down in here, there's a ground wire that goes on to the gimbal, and that's the connector there. That goes on this post too. So I'm just going to leave it here, and remember to put that back on. And there's the cable to the other engine. There's the cable that goes directly to the battery. I'm going to zip tie these ones here all together. Okay, so should remember. Okay, so just before I take this off, this is the throttle linkage. There's one nut there, a washer, a spacer, and a bolt, and looks like a little washer there. I'm going to take these two guys off here and take that whole thing off. Why I've got this open, back here on the oil pressure sending unit, there's one bolt. It's a white wire, one terminal. It's a white wire, and right off the bat, this wire here, the other wire that's in that harness, it looks like it's got a black stripe, could be blue, but it was never terminated on anything. Alright, okay, so this throttle and kill switch assembly is held on to the manifold with these three bolts right now. And it appears there's a fourth here, but it wasn't in. So this one here, the bottom one, was not in. So just this guy, and this guy. And then this electrical socket is held on to the back of the switch assembly with a, looks like about a 3/8 head. So then I'll have to go ahead and start to take the exhaust manifold off. The upper hose goes to the front of the thermostat, and this hose here runs down and goes to the bottom of the exhaust manifold. You can hardly see it here. Right there. I'm going to try and shine some light down there. That one there that you see that looks like a J. It's this guy right here. That one comes around past the front and hooks onto the back side. The other side I've already got removed, and so that guy's out now. As you can see there, it's the real stubby one. Okay, so those three hold the throttle linkage, and that stubby one holds this guy. So now we've just got to pull this blue wire. This blue wire, which is part of a purple wire, should be the electric choke that's not installed. So this purple and blue wire and black wire, the blue goes to purple, is for the electric choke, and it's laid there. So we've got this assembly all off now, loose, and this guy off. Next there's a bolt in here in front of this reset switch down by the oil. I'm going to take that guy all off so I can get this harness loose. And there's a bolt there. They both look like about 9/16. And then I'm going to pull this exhaust manifold off here. Good. So there's a spacer here, two washers and a nut, and a stubby bolt holds that bracket with that wiring harness right through there and holds the front of this whole rig. So this is all loose now. Goes into the cylinder head. That's the hardware there. The stubby bolt, spacer, lock washer, flat washer. So I've got a lot of the stuff off now. But what I just wanted to do was remind myself that on the back side of the distributor, You can just barely see that line there. What I've done was taken a chisel and just put a mark in the motor there and there. So that's where the alignment is, and it's right beside this guy here. One thing that's also good to note is that the exhaust manifolds are finger tight, all the bolts. So that's a little unusual. And just to give us another perspective on the distributor, if I can get this laying right here, this boss that comes out is just slightly pointing, is pointing pretty closely to where this guy's threaded hole is, so I wouldn't say it's at 3 o'clock, it's just a little bit back. Okay, so I'm just trying to find something so I can get the timing close when we got to put that back in. And this boss here is flat, so white wires coming out the back, up front. Okay, and then all of this stuff is going to get laid. Once I get this wiring harness undone, I'll fish it off the starter here. So while we're here, yellow-red wire to the inside terminal of the solenoid, red and red on the main power post, along with, it looks like also the battery post to the other engine, and that should be it. Not sure where this goes underneath the engine, but these are to the trim, to the pucks that are on the back side of the outdrive. 9/16 bolts here. Gonna take the alternator off there. Just quickly, there's a big spacer washer and a lock washer on the front of the alternator bracket, and another one there, both 9/16. There's probably one down below. There's also this clamp that goes through the water pump here for this hose, which I'm going to take off in a few minutes to get, so we're going to have a water bolt there that takes that clamp up. Okay, so there's get the light on again. There's a clip there on the bottom of the motor, 9/16, that holds all the alternator stuff in on the alternator bracket. This lower bracket right there. So I'm about to take that off, and it holds all those wires. And then this guy will be coming off in a minute too. Okay, leaving the alternator hooked up, and we're just going to put it in the way. So there's sort of this yellowish white wire, and yellow and blue and yellowish white and blue wire that goes to the temp sensor, and it comes off right by this thing here. So both of those go on that there. We've got the gas line disconnected, so I can get the wires underneath to the alternator, and I just got the starter. So that's it. Okay, kill switch, black wire on the top. If you look at this thing, there's the throttle linkages, black wire on the top, white and blue wire on the bottom, and I'm going to put them together with a black zip tie. You can pretty much start. I'm done. Okay, so everything's undone on the motor. I've got those bolts out, and the water inlet starter's undone. The motor mounts are out. Where's the, here it is. There's the flashlight there. A little worried about those, but they look actually pretty solid, so I think I'm okay. This guy here, both of him are done. The oil pump, the oil filter will come out with it, and so will that hose back there. So that That's it. The last thing I got to do is disconnect the gas line. I'm not disconnecting the gas line until it's ready to come out, just so that fumes won't lay down in here. And of course I'll take the carburetor off. So yeah, distributor's out. I've moved the motor back and forth. It's ready to come out. Onto you stay. Okay, so now it's time to take this drive off here. So it's these 6 bolts right there and this pin out through here. This is the number 1 drive that's got to come off to finish getting the motor out.